We are at the Hub in Sleaford, where we are having one final filming day on Shadows of a Stranger. We have our mini blue screen set up, and we're having an extras day, bringing in lots of people to populate our environments. Now, this very room is where we held our casting sessions 2 years ago now, and it was on a couple of cold winter's days that we were up here with our late friend James Aubrey. Now, recently we've been reflecting on Jimmy, and I've been talking to some of the cast about him. I'd personally known Jimmy for about 4 years, and for me it was strange but exciting living in this market town, the antithesis of the film world, and being friends with this actor who'd been in all these big films. So I got working with Jimmy on a few different projects, but for various reasons they weren't going anywhere. So as one last effort to bring his talents to the big screen, I presented him with my own script, and I had a role in it he was perfect for.
It was during the second casting session at the Hub when in walked local actor Ian Mude. With Jimmy's death 2 months later, this audition turned out to be the passing of the baton.
It was great to meet him, and I'm, as an actor or enthusiastic film buff and acting sort of person, I'm always a bit starstruck when I meet my heroes. And Jimmy didn't disappoint. He had a wonderful fund of anecdotes and great theatrical stories with which I could identify completely. I think Jimmy said at the time, or I was told after I'd left the room, that he said he'd devoted far too much time talking to me, and I was very flattered and complimented by that, because we are a similar age and maybe similar background, both from a military family. And I'd followed Jimmy's career ever since I first saw him in the film version of the great William Golding's book, Lord of the Flies. I was very, very moved by the movie, and slightly terrified as well. This is easy to say with the benefit of all these years' hindsight, but I did think at the time, because he was only a couple of years older than me, how great to be in a film. In a rather wonderful way, taking over from James in this movie has been like the completing of a circle, or it has a kind of symmetry to it, which is really quite moving, and it made me all the more keen and passionate to do his memory justice and do it just the very best I could.
So Jimmy died the month before we began filming, and I remember it was on the St. George's Day that we had his funeral in Grantham. And it was there that I met his French daughter for the first time, Sarah.
Jimmy had talked to me a lot about Sarah. I was aware that she was an actress in Paris and that she'd recently got in touch with him. However, they were never to meet in person.
It was when we were having our pick-up filming for Shadows that Sarah contacted me and asked if there was anything she could do as a tribute to her father. So we arranged for her to have a cameo appearance, and so she came over to Sleaford to do some filming.
I know he was a wonderful actor. Everybody told me that, and I saw some of these movies. Spy Game and The Hunger, with a French actress, Catherine Deneuve, and Lord of the Flies, when he was 14 years old, I think. I met his friends, and he had a lot of friends, so I have a lot of stories, and he was a wonderful person. Everybody said it too. He was very funny, was very friendly. He liked to get out and have some drinks, like an English dude. Everybody has a very good memory of him, and it's a chance for me to know that, because I didn't have the chance to know him. So he passed away 2 months after we get in touch. I understand much better who he was.
Now, what was even more magical about this filming with Sarah is that we brought in one of our old friends, Oliver, who had actually acted with Jimmy in one of these unfinished film projects of ours.
I remember I came home and I said to like my family and things, I'm acting with this guy who used to be in something to do with barbed wire and flowers, and my mum was like, bouquet barbed wire, and I thought, yeah, that's the one. And so she used to have like posters of him and stuff on the walls, and like told all her friends like how amazing it was. And I was a bit ignorant to that really, but yeah, it was really nice to act alongside him, and we'd stay up drinking whiskey till 6 a.m, and he turned me into a bad boy in that film. I think he ruined my nice boy image, and I ended up just getting pissed and acting. So not at the same time, because I'm not very good at pissed acting. But yeah, so it's really nice experience. A really nice guy as well. We did keep in touch after the film as well. We'd meet up and things and go for drinks, and took him down to his local haunting ground, I think, around here. And I was always driving, so bastard. But yeah, it was nice to hear his stories and things and stuff he's got to say. And like when I got a few other roles in other films and plays and things, it was nice to run them by him as well. But yeah, so it's really good input from him.
I wanted just to pay tribute to the great humour and the great experience of Jimmy, just to be in the same room with him and to see that characteristic twinkle in his eye and the laugh lines around his eyes and mouth was a great experience. And I'm very pleased that I had a chance to meet him because he didn't live much longer than that audition, a couple of months longer. So Jimmy, this is for you.
I'm sure Jimmy was disheartened having ended up here, out of the limelight on his own deserted island. But on a purely selfish level, it was great for me that our paths had crossed in this filmmaking wilderness. My favourite memory of Jimmy is one evening on a film set. We all sat down after the shoot and watched Lord of the Flies with him. I believe he said it was the first time he'd watched it properly since it was out. We were treated to a live actor's commentary of the film, as he told us all his stories about the production and what was going through his mind at the time. Jimmy once lent me a documentary about a reunion of the Lord of the Flies cast, and I remember a very revealing moment in it where he's saying how, between roles, he would feel so empty sitting at home waiting for the phone to ring. The ship coming to rescue him from his island, with another film or stage role for him to step into. And in the last 4 years of his life, it would appear that's the Jimmy I knew. Except he knew by then the phone was no longer ringing. It was just some local who was stuck in the same place.